Welcome to the bonus show. Three very interesting stories for you today. I want to start with a story from Fortune. I guess it's not really Fortune magazine anymore. It's the website. Do they even have a magazine at this point? I really don't know. I certainly haven't read the paper version for a very, very long time. Goldman Sachs has enacted a set of rules that ban the firm's top employees from contributing to certain campaigns. And as it happens, one of those campaigns is Donald Trump's campaign. The rules kicked in on the first day of September. They will apply only to partners of the firm. And they wrote a memo which explains this rule change. It was first reported on by Politico. And they say the rules were meant to remove any implication of pay to play. 4 years ago, you might remember that Goldman Sachs paid $12 million to settle charges that a former Boston-based banker had picked up some bond underwriting business in Massachusetts while working for and contributing funds to the campaign of then Massachusetts State Treasurer and Governor hopeful Tim Cahill. Of course, the people on the Trump campaign are saying, wait a second. We're 2 months from the election, and now all of a sudden you're cutting off these donations. And this is something that many people are saying this is actually a violation of free speech, because as we know, money is speech and blah, 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 blah. And there are a lot of real sort of questions around this. And there's a memo that has been going around, which was obtained by Fortune. And Goldman Sachs specifically says the Trump-Pence campaign is an example of a Goldman partner that they can no longer support. I don't believe that this is really an issue of free speech. I believe that as a private company, as a company that is not to say it's not government funded, a lot of these companies get bailed out by the government, but let's put that aside for now. They can say, you can make political donations here, but if you are in certain positions, if we have a relationship with a candidate or the businesses of a certain candidate, we need to avoid the appearance of impropriety and any possibility of at some point being accused of this pay-to-play stuff. So you are just not allowed to donate there. I have to say, Rachel, I'm not that concerned from a free speech point of view. It's more just, do you agree with this policy? And if you don't, if it's so important to you to be able to donate to whoever you want, then maybe you shouldn't be working at Goldman Sachs. And that's a choice the employees would be free to make, wouldn't they?
I think so. I mean, I definitely think that even if they're trying to make a statement that this isn't a statement, it's going to come across as kind of a bold move, so to speak. And I think it's interesting, and I definitely appreciate when certain companies like PayPal or Apple has taken certain stances on issues that that's in accordance with their values. So while I appreciate it, I think it definitely could get a little bit messy, I think.
One of the things that Fortune reported on, because you might say, okay, well, Goldman Sachs is doing this, but wouldn't this be a problem for a lot of companies? Back in July, Fortune reported that SEC rules could make it nearly impossible for the Trump-Pence campaign to raise money from any private equity managers, period, because between the two of them, they have so many pre-existing business relationships that would actually violate SEC rules. So this is, on the one hand, some people are slamming Goldman Sachs. On the other hand, Goldman Sachs is almost getting out ahead of this, because there are many companies that are not changing the policy that have the exact same issue, where they have dealings with either the state of Indiana vis-a-vis the Mike Pence administration, any of Donald Trump's different real estate or other development businesses, et cetera, et cetera. So I actually believe that this is Goldman Sachs getting ahead of a potential problem, rather than them being the outlier who is just trying to hurt Donald Trump.